Here we go. So this happened on the 16th, and this was the town hall that Biden was giving on CNN, and this is how he responded to a question by Anderson Cooper.
You know, Chinese leaders, if you know anything about Chinese history, it has always been the time when China has been victimized by the outer world is when they haven't been unified at home. So the central, vastly overstated, the central principle of Xi Jinping is that there must be a united, tightly controlled China. And he uses his rationale for the things he does based on that. I point out to him, no American president can be sustained as a president if he doesn't reflect the values of the United States. And so the idea, I'm not going to speak out against what he's doing in Hong Kong, what he's doing with the Uyghurs in western mountains of China, and Taiwan trying to end the one China policy by making it forceful. I said, and by the way, he said he gets it. Culturally, there are different norms at each country, and their leaders are expected to follow.
That was horrible.
Yeah, so granted, this was the easiest clip that I was able to find from this, and this is from a channel called GOP War Room. So
what was it? Okay, so I saw that clip before, and I was like, what are you talking about? Is there a fuller version of this so that we're not taking him out of context? Because that is, like, it cannot be. By the way, I'm sure there's some idiots that are going to be like, we told you about, like, Biden's going to do this. We expected Biden is going to be weak on China, okay? Mm-hmm. And we said that we know this, we said it before that when he is weak on China, we're going to come and call him out. And some people are going to say, like, oh, we told you. You're like, yeah, we knew it, okay? He's so far doing good with Saudi Arabia and tough on Iran, so we like that. But with China, this was horrible. Go on, what do you want to say?
I found a clip that was 3 minutes long.
Yeah, please, because I want to make sure that we're not taking him out of context, because I don't know what context makes that okay. That's like cultural relativism, like in the worst kind of cultural relativism, like excusing the worst one of some of the. You're not sharing your screen. Excusing probably the second worst human rights violation of our time after Yemen, I think. Actually, I don't know. North Korea is up there as well right now. Anyways, one of the worst human rights violations of our time is being excused by this is their culture. Are you God? Are you? It's hard not to swear right now. Are you serious, right? Susie, am I misrepresenting him right now? What did he just say? That's their culture?
I think it's okay. So if you listen, well, I found this longer clip, but if we just take what was in that one, he was saying, if you look at China's history, and he even said this is vastly oversimplified. He was saying that there is a precedent within their understanding of foreign policy that a divided China is a weak China that is open to foreign threat. So he's oversimplifying this premise. This is me trying to discern his ham-fisted way of trying to explain the situation. Okay, this is not me justifying what he said.
There is no justifying.
I think what he means to say is that, so they have this precedent within their history. This is their understanding of how to have good foreign policy. That leads them to the conclusion that they must have a unified China. And
therefore genocide. That leads to genocide. Cultural genocide. Let's be clear.
Well, they have a long history of cultural genocide. That's established, right?
I know,
I don't know why we don't talk about that as much as we do.
But we're talking about what's happening right now. Okay?
No, I know, and actually, that was a criticism from a lot of Uyghur activists. Was that they're like, I can't. People were talking about Uyghur cultural genocide for a really long time, but it wasn't until recent data came out showing the dropping birth rates and the actual documents that show that they are mass sterilizing people, that it actually met the criteria of a genocide when they had been saying so for a long time.
Okay, I mean, here's the thing. I know there's a lot of legal battles right now, between different countries on what's the definition of genocide and what's not the definition of genocide. I don't know the technicalities and the semantics behind that. So whether this is genocide, or cultural genocide, I let the legal experts decide that. I know, like, United States decided that this is genocide, and Canada is Trudeau came out and we're like, well, technically, it's not, like we're like looking into whether we want to call this genocide or not, because we don't want to just call anything a genocide, or else the accusation of genocide is not going to have the force that it like has, right? So
Canada changed its stance recently.
Okay, that was like 2 weeks ago. Well, like 1 week ago. Did they just agree that it's a genocide now? I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm just okay. So. Okay, Canada also agrees that it's genocide. But this is something that both the Trump administration and the Biden administration, I think there are people within both of them that agree that this is genocide, right? But for me, from a utilitarian perspective, something doesn't have to be genocide for it to be an extreme, like a human rights violation to the level that it could be as harmful as genocide. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like
of course not. But genocide is a specific designation.
Yeah, and it has a lot of legal consequences, and it comes with a lot of more worldwide international reaction to it if something is a genocide, whether it's not a genocide. I don't know if that's justified, because something could be very, 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 very harmful, even though it's technically not a genocide. For example,
well, there is the category of crimes against humanity, which is its own designation, but it's a broader term.
Right. Like what's for example, what's happening to people in Yemen, that is not genocide, but it is the greatest human rights violation of our lifetime right now, as we're speaking. Okay, so I don't know. I even if it's not genocide, maybe for pragmatic reasons, I hope that it gets labeled as a genocide, so that there's some bigger reaction to it internationally. You know what I mean? Like, for practical reasons, if that's what it takes for the whole world to take a stronger action against China for what they're doing, then just somebody, like, I hope the legal experts decide that this is a genocide. But that doesn't really matter. Like, can you play let's go back to what Biden said, because I don't know, this doesn't seem like an explanation. It sounded like a justification, okay? And if it was an explanation, the fact that it sounded like a justification means you should just shut, like fuck you. Like, seriously, like, you know what? Fuck the YouTube algorithm and fuck Biden for this. I will support all these other things that he's doing, okay? And I still think he's by far better than Trump and almost everything, okay? But on this, the Trump administration was better, not for the right reasons, but they were better, okay? I mean, on almost everything so far, Biden is better, okay? Like, don't think like this is like a pro-Trump, anti-Biden. No, okay? But we said we're not gonna take a side. We're gonna call it. We're gonna be like, when we see something, we're gonna be like, yep, good job, Biden. And this is the worst take. Like, you couldn't come up with a worse take than for Biden to say. Like, this was excusing. Okay, on Corona, Biden is better. On Iran, I think Biden is better. On Saudi Arabia, Biden is better. On so many things, Biden is. On international relationship, Biden is better. On normalizing, okay, that's aside. Okay, so if you think like we're like an anti Democrat channel or something like that. We're not, okay? We preferred Biden over Trump. But on this, fuck him. Like, really, seriously, fuck what he just, like, this is the worst take that he could have had. Like, he could have, even if he didn't do something, we would just come here and criticize him. Like, even if he didn't take a tough stand against China, we would come in like, okay, Biden, Biden administration is too weak on China, and they're just letting human rights violations go by, right? But he did he did worse than that. He's like actually saying things that is close to, not close, it's actual justification. Am I like listening to this wrong? Let's listen to the like a big longer clip. Like, you have it ready. I can see.
Well,
down there.
I don't think it was a justification. Again, this is me trying to steelman this just a little bit. I don't think it was a justification so much as like this is their perspective. But
my god, the live chat is going insane. Okay, this is why. Okay, go on. Let's show. Like it. I'm not even gonna highlight what Gregory said. Right now. Gregory, you're insane.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.